going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo along with Andrew Chang here. We are taking you through the final early afternoon game for Week 7 of the 2020 NFL season, and we have my Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now, this game was actually originally scheduled for Week 4, but it got moved when Tennessee players and staff tested positive for COVID. So this game actually should have happened a few weeks ago, but we have it now, Week 7, and Tennessee is the slight favorite here at -1, and your total is 50.5. So Pittsburgh gets teased up to +7. Tennessee gets teased across the 0 to +5. Your over gets teased down to 44.5, and your under gets teased up to 56.5. So how are you feeling about my
your
Steelers?
team? The Steelers. Man, the big question is that, dude, that defense put on a show against Cleveland.
For you.
And I'm wondering, I really have to wonder if they can stop Derrick Henry.
It's a big question because Steelers lost Devin Bush, their big-time middle linebacker. He was a big part of the reason why the Steelers' defense is so solid now. I think they can hold up okay, but I really would have favored them a little bit more if they had Devin Bush. They were the favorites going into the beginning of this week, but when it was confirmed that Devin Bush had an ACL tear, Pittsburgh was -1, then it flipped late Monday, and it's now Tennessee -1 as the favorite. And it's fair because both these teams are undefeated, but with Pittsburgh losing a key player on defense, it's fair to think that Tennessee has, is the favorite.
An edge?
Yeah, and here's an interesting thing is neither team has really beaten like a legitimate team, if you really think about it.
Okay.
Like neither of them have played like a top 5 team. This is the first time each team really plays a top 5 power ranked team, if you want to say that.
I think that's fair. I don't know. This game is actually not on my high tier list of betting.
Okay.
Which is weird because
No, it's not. No, it's not. In a close game, you don't know who to pick. That's fair.
And then you look at these totals here, and it's just like I'm so lost because let's be honest, I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers offense kind of lagging. Okay, we agree on that.
Yes and no. They blew out Cleveland last week, but they had such a good running game, and people were complaining about like, oh, Ben's not, didn't throw for a lot last week. Well, they didn't need to.
Yeah,
they ran so much. They ran so well against Cleveland that they didn't have to. So.
Yeah, Minka Fitzpatrick was just,
Oh my God, he read that play so easy. He read that play so easy. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
So, do you have do you have any leans, or would you like a little assistance?
I kind of like. We have been betting Pittsburgh teasers for
We hit one.
time.
We hit one. Hit a nice one actually.
But I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Right. I think I like the Titans.
Titans +5. All right.
I like the Titans +5.
Is that your lean?
That will be my lean, and they're at home. I think Derrick Henry is just, oh God, it will prove problematic for the defense. I just don't know if that Titans defense can hold Ben Roethlisberger though.
All right, yeah. The Titans defense is very suspect. They've let in a ton of points with every team that they've played, with the exception of Week 1. Week 1 was an outlier because it's Denver, up in altitude. Not as many points are going to be scored there. That one's an outlier. But they played the Texans. They played who else did they play? They played Minnesota. They let in a lot of points.
They play the Bills.
Where are they? That's Week 4. Where are they? I think they played Tennessee. They played Minnesota. They let in a lot of points, and then they played Jacksonville, and they let a lot of points in that game. So, yeah, it's weird to see them let in a bunch of points. The Buffalo game, they didn't let as many points in, but they scored a ton.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
that game got over.
With that being said, now that I know that the defense isn't so good, but I just feel like the Steelers' offense is just. There have been games this season where I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I worry
Yeah.
You're the Steelers guy. That's your team. So give me your take.
Well, I worry about them now because without having Devin Bush, it's a lot different. Also, Mike Hilton, one of their slot corners, also has a nagging injury. He may not play, and that may say something. The other side of it, Jonnu Smith may not play as well. He also has a leg injury. They're still missing Adoree Jackson on the defensive side for Tennessee. But, I mean, if you want to play this in terms of pure value, you should take the Steelers and tease them up to +7. That is, however, not my play. My play on this, and this harkens back to us breaking down the Buffalo and New York Jets game. I have a really nice angle from Ralph Michaels, Cal Sports LV on Twitter. Go check him out. He's got really, really good statistical analysis. So here's a really interesting fact. About Pittsburgh and specifically Mike Tomlin. In about 40 games since he's been coaching, and whenever he's the away team and it's deemed a close game, so within 5 points, they're either a 5-point favorite down to a 5-point dog. All right, so they're playing somebody who's essentially close, or kind of on the same level as them. Mm-hmm. And in this case, they are, because they're +1 in this. They're considered very close to them. In 40 games with Mike Tomlin as an away team, they've only hit the over 6 times and the under 34 times. That's 85%.
Oh, okay.
Which makes a lot of sense, because when you're an away team, you really just want to be able to play well. And especially with Tomlin. Tomlin has this thing about not like running. He doesn't run up the score. He kind of has this kind of do enough to get the win. And so it makes a lot of sense, especially as somebody who is a big time Steelers fan and has watched them. It makes a lot of sense that whenever they go on the road, the scores are not very big. And so that's why I have a big lean towards 56.5. And 56.5 is a lot of points.
It is, especially if they're going to use that big weapon, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Both teams are going to run the ball a lot in this game.
Okay.
And so a close game, and what I consider a close game, a running game, and having Tomlin's statistical away situation happen to him, I'm going to take the under in this game. 56.5, it's a big lean for me.
Dang. Wow. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I just, that's a little off topic, but whenever I think of Mike Tomlin, I always think of, no! And I always think of Tony Romo. You gotta
throw the fade, not the slant. Which is 100% true.
Oh, no! Oh, God. I don't know.
They were home. They were home.
Yeah, they were home. They were so sad.
Don't remind me. It's 3 years ago. Don't remind me. But yeah, so Andrew, you're going to live with Tennessee +5?
I think so, man.
All right.
I think, Pittsburgh might struggle, especially after the fact that I heard you say that they're just kind of not play down to their opponents.
They do it a lot.
So with that being said, I think home team and the Titans they're red hot right now. So I don't think that the Steelers defense will give them an obstacle, but that Steelers offense I don't think will
get enough points up there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, fair enough. I get it. And
which contributes to the over. The under.
A little bit. Yeah, it does a little bit, but I think with that number alone and having that statistic with it, I think I have to go with the under here. Pittsburgh, as much as I love them and they have a good chance to win this, they're not gonna put up a ton of points in this game. And outside of Derrick Henry not doing so well, and he hasn't been the Derrick Henry we all know outside of the Texans game, he hasn't looked insanely great. That's kind of true. We're still only in the first half of the season, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to lean Pittsburgh. I'm going to lean the under in this game, 56.5. Andrew's going to take Tennessee +5. Teaser on this. There's a pretty good chance, like what happened Thursday, all teasers hit in this game. With this, maybe the exception of the over, but we'll see. But I think all the teasers are pretty safe in this game.
I would like that. Gosh, man. 2 fans that didn't bet on their teams this week.
Well, but that's betting. It's about winning money. It's not necessarily about favoritism. And
Not about
I have
this.
I have no issue betting against my team if it makes me money.
God.
Just something else for you guys to think about. But
We're
until
just
then,
a bunch of sellouts, America.
no, we're not. We're all about making money, and this channel is all about giving you the best edge on our opinions and analysis. But until then, if you enjoyed the content you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, tick the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest previews and videos. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think about this. You know, you on either side, or you just going to be a game that you pass on, but you're going to enjoy the defensive game that this might turn into. Let us know, and we'll be able to respond back to you as soon as we can. But until then, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. Make sure you get your bets in, and of course, don't forget to be a tease.